Don't you think it's a bit weird? So Kevin Spacey gets a little bit of trouble for, you know, playing potentially a lawyer who has something to do with a defendant who had something to do with a child. Whereas John Mayer's allowed to go and cover Lost Prophets tune with reckless abandon. Bit odd, isn't it? Double standard there. Anyway, right, so today I was asked by Robert, one of my patrons, to look at Eric Johnson's Tidal, and I thought this was a good chance to talk about the kind of jazzy side of Eric Johnson, and I think he's a really good gateway into some of this kind of jazzy stuff. If you haven't listened to the tune yet, I'd suggest that might be a good place to start. It's a tune with Mike Stern. You can find it on YouTube, so Eric Johnson, Mike Stern, Tidal. Now the way that I'm kind of thinking of this tune, to me this tune sounds like it's taking quite a lot of inspiration from the Miles Davis tune that you've probably heard, So What. We've got this kind of 2-chord vamp thing which is going on at the end of phrases. So we start with this. So what's actually going on? Let's kind of break this down in a... I've just kind of broken down the first bits of the tune as I see them. So I think Eric Johnson is quite a big fan of Wes Montgomery. It sounds like he's using his thumb for a lot of this. So we've got this octave thing. We're in the key of G, E minor, I think, for this first bit. So start on the dominant, so we're doing octaves on the 7th fret and the 10th fret, G and E, so we get a D note there. Then jump down 2 strings, or as in jump both of your strings down a string. So then we get a D, an A, and then an E. You can also play this with your pick if you wanted to, but just for authenticity or whatever. And what is going on there? Essentially, we're approaching the 2 chord, the A minor, with a tritone substitution is what I think is going on. So instead of going with an E, we've actually got a B flat in the bass, so it's like a B flat 13, I think, which is like a common substitution, but actually kind of the chords have all of the notes in common, so you're just essentially moving a B flat into the bass. And this thumb over thing is a thing that Eric Johnson does quite a lot. That's how I would play it. And then same thing again, but with a different... This is the phrase this time, so you could play this in a couple of ways. So I think it's an E, a G, then a B, then an A down to an E. So you could either go or either way is fine. Then we get another different phrase. Just checking the autofocus is on. So E, D, B, D, E. Then this vamp thing goes to kind of like a C sus, so we've got a C, a B flat, then a D, and an F. And then to a B sus, so a B, an A, a C sharp, and an E. So, and then we repeat that whole thing again. So just slowly, I think it goes something like this. Something like that, right? And so by the time we've done this, I'm kind of thinking of this as the chord 5 of E major. which is a lot of what Eric Johnson does when he's improvising over this specific bit. So just one more time for you. Like that, and then the next time Mike Stern plays it, the thing is then basically the same thing again. Except for this time, he does different things. I think one of the times he does this, that kind of thing, so like an E flat 13 to an A minor, that kind of thing. He does like an inversion of it on one of the live clips, so I'm not exactly sure, but that kind of thing works. And then that same thing again, and then we get a little fill. And then it goes to this other kind of phase of the tune which I've not really looked at properly yet, but essentially we move to kind of a D major thing, and we've got this E minor then becoming the 2, so we kind of move through keys. But that was kind of the first bit that I kind of thought was cool about the tune. This little passing chord or tritone sub, really useful if you know that you're approaching the 2 of a tune, chord 2, the minor 2, you could approach it from a step above with a 13 chord, and it's kind of got a really cool sound. Kind of useful to know. So just a useful little thing to know, and I think sounds really kind of jazzy. You could use this in a blues context as well, I guess. 3, 4, 1, 2. So you could do that tritone sub approaching a major or a minor chord. It's dominant there. So the other thing that jumped out at me were these end chords, which are really, really nice. So we've got this thumb over thing happening again for this first chord. Jesus Christ. So we've got this thumb over chord happening again. So this is the chord before the penultimate chord of the song. So this is like a C. A C with a 9 and also a 7, but a G in the bass. Got a really cool sound. And then he moves to this, which is pretty chewy as well. So like an A flat, a C, and then a G flat, and then a B, and then an E and a G. So from here, really nice chord. Then to this. And it's kind of like the Hendrix chord with an A in the top. So kind of and then he ends, the bass is playing an E in the bass, and then he's playing something like this, I think. So like an E minor with a C sharp in the top, kind of screaming out for. So 3 nice chords at the end, and this really difficult one, and then this one, which is a bit of relief after that last one. So those were some chords from the tune Tidal by Eric Johnson that stuck out to me. A really cool kind of gateway into some jazzier changes. A really cool sound, and also if you play it with the thumb, kind of does that Wes Montgomery thing really cool. I'm going to pick out some more of this tune to go over, but that was just the first stuff that grabbed me. So approaching chord 2, try a flat 13 chord above, or you could even go below. That 13 is kind of a versatile chord, as Stevie Wonder would let you know. Anyway, hopefully that was vaguely interesting to someone. I'll put together a little backing track for this first bit so that you can practice it. That'll go up on my Patreon if you want it. I'll catch you in another video soon. And this is not a duck. Different type of bird, isn't it? So, I mean, right, buddy? Does look like he's seen better days, though. Tiny little guy. You into jazz? Got YouTube? Twitter?